See if we can make a quick snare. Ew, that's pretty rough wood. I'm going to try to make a quick snare. This trail's pretty open here, so it's a good spot. I like a spring snare. They work best. You don't have to be here. Come back and your little lunch is already hanging from a stick. So works good. This tree's got some good bounce to it. So let's see if we can't make It's another thing. Always keep your knife sharp, because this one is my work knife, and it just happens to be the only one I got in my pocket right now. Even a Boy Scout with a dull hatchet, I think, would do better than I'm doing, trying to carve this out of ash, a hardwood. So instead of waiting 10 minutes for me to carve this out, why don't we just come back in a few moments when I have this done. I think that little tripod I made was great. So 20 minutes took me to finish carving this notch out. But slowly but surely, I guess. But once you're done, I guess I could reuse this thing a million times over. And there is a lot of rabbits back here. Mind you, the neighbor also has a lot of kitty cats. So let's just more or less use this for demonstrational purposes, and I won't let it sit overnight. So put that away. It'll go back in my pocket there. Okay, let's put that in there like so. Let's grab our trigger. So, oh, I guess I need my knife again. Oops. That's something like I said, this is a dull knife. Oh, what am I doing with a dull knife? But I had my daughter, my 5-year-old daughter, had an award at school today. So, family first always, my friends, because without family and kids, it really takes the joys out of life. So let's put a nice knot in here. My grandpa taught me all these knots, and at one time I used to know the name for all of them, but that was years ago. I don't know them now. So I really don't know the name of that knot, but I know that it won't slip. And just keep pulling on it, it gets tighter and tighter. So now what we'll do, obviously a better Paracord would also be better, but like I said, I was just at my daughter's school for an award today, so I didn't have a chance to go grab my supplies or go grab my jacket or do much of anything. There we go. So now what we would do is we would put this in a trail, obviously. So now what we would do is we put this in a trail. Obviously this is for demonstrational purposes only. So we'd make a nice slip knot here, something that'll slide. That's a good one. And we would tie, oh, I already caught something. Well, I keep putting my knife away and I keep needing it. So then we'd tie this side. This nylon cord is actually pretty strong stuff. I know, I'm gonna have a million people laughing at me for carrying a dull knife, so I don't want to hear it. It's a work knife. Thing's cutting metal cables and crap. So now we would take a little stick, or, oh, that's not big enough. Let's try something like this. I do believe this is a weed of some kind, not quite a stick, but we take that. Something like that. I think that would be perfect. Here, come with me a bit. So we got a nice trigger mechanism. So our little rabbit friend will come hopping, hop, 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 hop. Hopefully get stuck in here. When we get stuck in here, we get tangled up and boom, away it goes. Let's try that again. Let's try that one again. This way. Go. Hang that there. Our rabbit friend comes, gets his head stuck in here. Oops. Gets his head stuck in here. He pulls, and away he goes. And he's hanging, and we can just come and grab our lunch hanging from a stick. It's actually really, I really like these spring traps. I like them better than deadfall traps because they're more usable, and the fact that you can set them up anywhere. I've set this one up here just in the middle of a ATV trail, but I could set this thing up literally anywhere. I could set multiple up on this trail. I could set one on each side of the trail. They're actually very, very useful trap, and they're super simple to make. Obviously, paracord would be better than this nylon, but for demonstrational purposes, it works very well. This tree's just, you know, I'd like to use a bigger tree, maybe something a little taller. You know, for what we're doing here, it's pretty simple and pretty rudimentary, and it works quite effective. So, thank you, my friends. And if my neighbor here didn't have as many cats, I think I would leave this out tonight and have a rabbit. But I don't want a cat. So, anyways, that's a Springtrap. I hope you enjoy. I know that the legality of this in some places is not legal. Here in Ontario, without a trapper's license, something like this is illegal. So we will take this down and maybe use this on a survival basis when it's more of a necessity. But for right now, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys can you know how to make one. You can see that just carved out a notch in the stick. I use the same stick from the same branch to do it, so they're the same size, and the tension just kind of locks it in place until you give it a little pull. Anyways, thank you, gentlemen. You have a wonderful day.